Hello and welcome to our webinar today where we're going to be showing Bravo 3.0. Thanks for coming. We've got a lot of people joining, a lot of people registered, so we're going to give everybody just a few minutes and we'll get started right at the top of the hour. If you could go up to the chat, if you're here and you know where the chat is, just go on up and go ahead and tell us who you are and where you're from and what your store name is. And make sure that you're on the two, it's to all attendees and all panelists so everybody can see who's joining us. Awesome. All right, Kathleen, what do you think?
Yeah, let's get started. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited. Tally and I were just saying that we haven't done a webinar in about a month. So we're excited not only to be back with all of you, customers and non-customers of ours, but really excited to actually preview Bravo 3.0 and preview some other things that are also coming out in Q2. So I'm going to go through and run through some headlines. Some things in addition to 3.0 that are coming out in Q2 that we want to make sure you're aware of and keep an eye out for. Tally then is going to be talking through 3.0, what are the things that 3.0 entails, and then actually walking you through what are the benefits of those things and what are some of the changes you can expect. And then we have giveaways. So we ran a contest in the Facebook group yesterday, and we have some cash prizes to give away, and so we'll be announcing those at the end. All right, so I'm sure many of you have seen a lot of our videos, our Bravo Versus videos. And at the beginning of the year, you know, we really took a step back and set out to say, we are in the business of relevant innovation. We want to make sure the things that we're releasing are actually helping our customers overcome challenges or meet the goals that they have. And so we took a step back and said, you know, we really want to put publicly a stake in the ground to say, what is it that Bravo is going to do for pawnbrokers and for the industry, and stick to that and hold ourselves accountable and expect all of you to hold us accountable as well. So just to recap of some of those things that we announced in the beginning of the year that we know are barriers, that are issues, some of which are perhaps things we can control in the software and other things that are happening in the market, and what are we going to do to knock down those barriers. So one of those things we know is that there's looming legislation in the pawn industry. We're going to talk about what Bravo is going to be doing here to really help pawnbrokers through that. We know that too many clicks is something that just doesn't create a great experience always for employees, or it makes customers wait longer. And so we'll be talking about how 3.0 is reducing the number of clicks and making the experience better. We have outdated user interface in our software, and we will be changing that. And, you know, interface changes make for great experience changes. We know that there's manual processes, particularly with gun transactions, and with the development of E44, that's one way that we're helping to knock down that barrier to efficient work life, you know, your efficient day-to-day. And then declining revenue. We know that that's an issue right now in the market as well. And Tally's going to be talking about how some of our advancements in 3.0 are helping overcome that barrier as well. So a couple of things that are coming and that we want you to keep an eye out for is that Bravo is going to be publishing for the first time ever an annual pawn report. This is obviously just stock images here. But we realize that with the looming legislation that's happening in the pawn industry, there's a lack of education about the pawn industry, the incredible things and services that pawnbrokers provide. And so we are working closely with the Pawnbroker Network to actually create a whole section really geared towards legislators to educate them about what is pawn, how impactful and positively impactful is it in those communities. Also provide talking points for how all of us can be talking about pawn and why it's different than other financial institutions. So ultimately what we want to be doing is stepping outside of providing software and services and also saying, how can we help pawnbrokers, Bravo customers or not, be armed with the messaging and the data they need to advocate for the industry that we're in, an industry that's often misunderstood. And then in addition to that, there's going to be a lot of industry trends and consumer trends and things that you can glean from and take action from for your own business. So that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks here, and we're excited about that. And then you are also going to see in the next couple of weeks an entirely new website for Bravo, and we are very excited about that. Not only is this an advancement in the brand, so from a marketing perspective, we're excited, but there is going to be a wealth of resources out there for pawnbrokers, for gun dealers. Again, whether or not you're a Bravo customer, great blogs, great information that's out there, and also transparent pricing, a lot more information about our products, how-to videos. We're going to start exposing support videos. And so we're really excited about that. We'll be announcing that once it's launched. And I just want to say thank you. I looked at who's attending today, and many of you are featured on our site with testimonials and videos you've sent us and case studies. And we really would have nothing great to talk about if we didn't have our customers. So a big thank you to all of you who participated in that. So keep an eye out for those things and those announcements in the next couple of weeks. All right, the reason we're all really here, Bravo 3.0. So Tally, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about Bravo 3.0, what it entails, and then let's take a live look.
Awesome, thanks. So I'm going to bring it way back to November of 2010. Well, actually, let's go back to 2009. Steve basically decided that he wanted to develop a new pawn point of sale platform, taking sort of the legacy of Prima and the schema and the best developers that helped create Prima and build Bravo. And what had changed in 2009 really was cloud technology. And he basically called Mike and he called Kelly and he said, let's do it again. And they basically set out to create a new and the first cloud-based pawn platform. So going home, I was in college at the time. And so I would go home, for holidays. And this was actually published in November of 2010. And I remember how excited he was, how excited Mike and Kelly were to create this really awesome dashboard that was super intuitive with the coolest new tools and just like the latest hot design. And this is what it looked like. And you can tell a lot of this actually carried through and still exists today in Bravo. So that right-hand side of Bravo looks super familiar. The buttons, these were like the cool buttons to have in 2009 and 2010. The jewelry estimator button is like nearly identical to what it is right now. And the lead manager down below was this idea of a task manager. And this was like the coolest thing. And this is what Bravo looks like today. So you can see a lot has carried over since 2010. And I have been waiting patiently by the sidelines for an opportunity to be able to redesign and basically just give Bravo sort of a makeover. For those of you that don't know, I am really into design. I'm really into marketing, and I love sort of this side of development. We hired a awesome, amazing, phenomenal designer. Her name is Lizzie. And we basically just said like, hey, if you were to redesign the dashboard, what would it look like? And we didn't want to move anything around, and we didn't want to change the user experience. And that's the beauty of Bravo, is that the architecture and the way that it functions is solid. But there are some areas like too many clicks or areas that could have a slightly better experience for end users. And so we said, let's just see what we can do with what we have and give Bravo a makeover. And so I'm super excited to share the new user interface. The way that I'm going to start this is I'm going to go through 10 sort of subtle changes that have really huge impact. And so that was the idea and genesis of this. We know that, you know, when that loading screen first pops open, it might be, and it might look much different. Nothing's changed. Everything is still, besides two things, in their place, but with a lot of sort of enhanced usability. So I'm going to go through the 10 sort of small changes that make the biggest impact. And then I'm going to show you warranties, and I'm going to show you the firearm fees in live products. You can actually see what it looks like and feels like. So the first thing is just the Bravo loading and the login screen. So we just made it more sleek and more modern, I would say. We updated all of the colors within Bravo. We made buttons that mean go or okay or submit green. Anything that's a cancel or a back is now red, and all of these sort of have hover over color changes so that it's really obvious when you're accidentally about to click cancel on something. We moved the ping pong balls. So this is what the new dashboard looks like. You know, there was this big sort of area in here that was favorites, or what we call internally ping pong balls. You can now find those by just clicking the star over here on the left-hand side, and then all of your favorites will pop down and you can scroll through them up and down. The other thing that we changed was plugins. So if you have like a lot of scanners, or if you have E44, or if you have different types of police exports, you can just click this little plugin button now and you can see all of the plugins. This is traditionally mostly used by the support team. So when you create a case and we say, well, what plugin do you have? This is where you're going to find those, or where support will find those. If you want a list of all of the plugin options, these buttons can be clicked on. So this will take you to the plugins page to download plugins. Now, one of the most sort of talked about or biggest customer request we get, or biggest feedback that we get, is that Bravo's too many clicks. And so last year we took several initiatives to cut down on the number of clicks. And this initiative really carries through probably until the end of time, because every 6 weeks we release new features, and with new features comes new clicks. And so it's a discipline to try to figure out and problem solve how to create a really, really robust platform that doesn't take that many clicks. So what we added in 3.0 is a drop-down menu. And basically every button on the right side now drops down to get to the screens that you use the fastest. So instead of going through 1 or 2 screens to get to ad hoc, for example, to get to physical inventory, to be able to send a batch, to be able, all of the functions that are nested within the second and third screen of Bravo, you can get to directly from here. So you are just going to click this little drop down button. It's going to show all of the drop downs, and then you're going to be able to select whatever you want. So it will take you right there. And of course, if you come up in the left-hand side where there's the little shop or your icon or your logo, if you have it installed in Bravo, then that will always take you back here. So that basically takes a bunch of clicks and reduces it to 1 to get there and 1 to get back here. So this is awesome. And in the usability testing that we've done so far was definitely the fan favorite. We also added hover over text. So when you hover over any of these buttons, we have better help text. It shows up, I think, in a better amount of time so that you can find what you're looking for easier. And we changed the color so it's more readable. Here's an example of what that looks like. We changed the names of a lot of buttons. And this might not be like readily apparent, but we're always sort of looking at the buttons in Bravo and saying, are we saying this right? And is this intuitive? And for the users that have been using it for a long time, you know what it means, but when other people and new people come on board, they're like, well, what does that mean? And so we're constantly looking at buttons and whether we can rename them and make them more intuitive. So the first thing is that we changed the reporting pro names. All of these used to be employee performance, store performance, e-commerce performance, even though the report sort of showed a little bit different information. So we renamed those. And then we renamed a bunch of these buttons. So like layaways requiring location, or that is now just locate layaways. Loans requiring notice just now says send loan notice. Items waiting to be priced is just price items, right? So a lot of these are just more simple and more intuitive and easier to understand. It also gave us the ability to sort of increase the font. If you're using a touch screen, it's easier to click on as well. We also added a ton of new iconography through the entire platform. So now you'll see all of the buttons on this left-hand side have icons. This is just sort of what's, I would say, the latest and greatest in app development, website development, application development. There's just a lot of iconography now. And so we wanted to add that to make sure that it was modern and relevant to what's, best practice today. We also added new icons for Review Booster, text messaging, push notification, email, the Bravo Business Intelligence for customers and employees. And so we did this based on, again, what's best practice, what Microsoft is doing in their buttons. And we wanted just to make sure that they were simple, easy to understand. And we chose the icons that are basically known for that. So we had we were trying to be creative with the way that we were explaining push notification, but really this bell just means push notification, and everybody knows that. So we took some of that complication and sort of design out of it and just went with what's standard and what everybody knows just off of the bat. And then the last thing, we have new space on the bottom for new task manager buttons. And so we'll be adding these in the next few releases. I know we've gotten a lot of like, hey, repairs, we want some task manager buttons for repairs. So keep your eyes open for that. Another idea that we have that we're trying to figure out how to implement is putting your favorite reports down here. So if you have a Loan Walk report, you would just be able to click Loan Walk and it'll pop up that ad hoc for you. So those are some of the things that are coming, but we basically added and created the space there to be able to create more task manager buttons because we know that that's one of your favorite features of Bravo. So I'm going to pause there. I see some people chatting. Let me know what you think. Are you following along? Any questions so far? So far, the feedback's been really awesome. Cool. So just a little bit of a heads up on, what we did to make this like we're ready to launch it, because we've been working on this for months and months and months. So at the last few trade shows, Christy, who is head of product, has been sitting down with customers and basically saying, open Bravo and show me these 10 things or these 5 things. We basically have been giving ourselves usability testing scores to make sure that Bravo's still intuitive and that when we flip this over one night in the morning, everybody sees it and they know that this is the same Bravo that they know and love. So we basically scored the top scores. We didn't have to explain or describe where anything was. And so we're really, really confident that when this launches, the next morning, you and your employees are going to feel really comfortable right away. That was very important for us. As far as when will Bravo 3.0 launch, we are in the final phases of QA and testing and regression testing. You know that that's like the most important part of all of this. We're shooting for next week. It might be the following week, depending on QA and testing. But as soon as I have a hard date, I will let you know. We're trying not to pigeonhole ourselves into an exact date, but in the next 2 weeks, for sure. All right. I am going to move on to Bravo warranties. So we've been asked forever and for always, when are warranties coming? They have been on every survey that we've done in the past 6 years. And either people say it's the one thing that they have to have in Bravo, or they just don't really care about it. And so it always sort of scores in the middle. The people who love and adore warranties are people that have implemented them before and have seen huge huge revenue streams just based on warranties. And so if you're using warranties right now, or if you're interested in them, you're probably doing a miscellaneous service fee and you're having to manually add that into each line item. And then when somebody actually maybe returns the warranty, you're having to manually look this up. So there's a lot of manual process right now that's surrounding warranties, although it could be done. There's just a much more intuitive and elegant way to do this. If you've never heard of a warranty, all a warranty is, or maybe you want to use product protection plan, that's a different way to say that. It basically just guarantees the integrity of the product that you're selling. It could be for jewelry, it could be for general merchandise. And basically, if that item breaks or something happens to it, they can come in and get it either replaced or repaired. The benefits of it to you are you can increase sales revenue with nearly zero out-of-pocket expense. It adds this brand new revenue stream, which is really, really, really impactful for people that have done this automatically. And it makes it so that your employees never forget to add it. And this was the piece that customers kept telling us is like, yeah, we can do it, but our employees forget to add it. And so creating this automated process around adding warranties was really, really important. For your customers, it gives them peace of mind when they're buying something used, and they want to make sure that if something happens to it in 30, 60, 90 days, they can bring it back for repair or replacement. The term is totally set up. It's totally flexible with you. I'm going to dive into system configuration right after this so I can show you how that works. So that's a little bit of overview on warranties. Let's dive in to test, and I am going to show you how this works. In the meantime, are there any questions?
It does look like there's one in here asking about if Bravo charges per warranty.
Yeah, so Bravo doesn't charge per warranty. We're not actually warrantying the item. So that is up to you on how much you want to charge. It's pure profit to you. As far as adding on the service, it's included in Pro. It's $99 a month if you're not on Pro. And we have free 14-day trials, which I will talk about in just a minute. So this probably looks familiar: system configuration, transaction, services and fees. This is where you have in the past set up all of your warranties as miscellaneous services and fees. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a new warranty. And I'm going to walk through this and explain it. But of course, we have all the documentation and support can walk you through this. But I just wanted to give you a heads up of how it works. So you're going to name it. Maybe it's just your standard warranty. Maybe it's your, product protection plan. Whatever you want it to be on the receipt is going to show up. Your default amount, you can toggle between dollar amount and percentage. A lot of people do 10%, so I'm just going to use that as an example. You can select whatever general ledger you want in whatever tax group. The next piece is the warranty period. So again, 30, 60, 90 days, 1, 3, 9 months, 12 months. Again, you can toggle between days and months here. We'll go ahead and add a 90-day warranty period here. So two things. One is, do you want the warranty to always add to every item you're selling? And when we checked with our beta users on this and people that use warranties a lot, they said, yes, we want to be able to add a warranty to every single item automatically. And if we don't want the warranty, we want to be able to just click exit out of that warranty. So if you want to add it to everyone and ensure that your employees never, ever, ever forget to add it, you're going to auto add and it's going to become your default warranty. If you don't auto add it, and you want to just add it to the line item, which I'm going to show you how to do, it'll just default to this warranty. So maybe you have different types of warranties. Maybe you have different warranty periods. Maybe you have a jewelry and a general or a hard goods warranty. All of the flexibility is available to you. Any of the warranty terms and conditions that you want to print on the receipt are going to be typed into here. And that is how you set up a warranty. So I'm going to click OK, and then we're going to go into, I'm actually going to click cancel. We're going to go into the other Bravo environment, and I'm going to show you how this is done. So you've got the item. You're just going to scan the barcode. It's going to pull up that item, and you'll notice right away that this warranty has been auto added because that's what we have configured. And it's the default warranty, the product protection plan warranty for $10, for example. Now, if you want to edit this to a different type of warranty, you can come in here and you can change it to whatever you want. So this is a 10% warranty, which is why it's coming out to $10. If you wanted to do, a longer one, it's going to show you the warranty period and when it's going to expire. And then whatever, special warranty terms and conditions you've put in and whatever notes you've put in, we'll be able to see them here. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. Now, if you don't auto add the warranty, no big deal. You will now always have this button if you have warranties enabled to just go ahead and add the warranty. And that is going to choose the default warranty that you have selected as the check mark. So you make this super simple and easy for your employees to remember. Even if you don't auto add it, it's still top of mind because it's part of every inventory's line item. Obviously, the reporting on this is all dialed in. When somebody returns something that's on warranty, you're able to replace it or repair it or return the warranty dollar amount or keep the warranty dollar amount. Again, we made this flexible based on all of the use cases and all of the customers that helped us develop this. And that is how warranties work.
Sally, we do have a question in here asking, if the client refuses the warranty, is that documented anywhere? Does it print on the receipt? Is that built in?
The best way that I could think about how to do that is add it to your receipt language. Like if there's no warranty, then warranty has been declined or something. We don't have anything right now on a single line item if there's not a warranty that it says this customer declined a warranty. So I would just add it to your receipt terms. That's going to print at the bottom of every receipt. And this is super helpful. Thanks, Alan. I know that people switch back and forth between warranties and product protection plans. There is some, states have more legal requirements around that. So make sure. One thing about warranties is that this was super, super complex. We've been working on this for, I want to say 6 months is when we started the spec, and the layaway piece of this didn't make it into 3.0. And so we're still working on it and speccing that part out. We just decided to do 2 phases. Otherwise, warranties wouldn't have made it at all in 3.0. So that's still coming. But other than that, everything else made it in, and we are really, really, really excited for everybody to use it. So go ahead and keep posting your questions. I want to talk quickly about the free trial. We are offering free 14-day trials of warranties. I am confident that if you try warranty for 14 days, you will make back the $99 within the first few days of implementing it. So if you're interested in trying this, I'm going to go ahead and put a poll up. So that way we know who to reach out to get this enabled and activated and trained, and set you up for a 14-day trial if you're interested. And if you're not interested, that's fine. We won't reach out to you and bug you about adding warranties. No big deal.
Tally, while we're waiting for the poll, it looks like Brian had a question. If warranties can be manually added to layaways, or is it automatic? It will. Right now it doesn't, because there's no warranties that are added to layaways. It's still a miscellaneous service and fee. So when we launch the warranties for layaway section, it will be added the same way and it can be deleted the same way. Basically the difficulty of adding warranties to layaways is the timing of when that warranty gets added, whether it's added at the beginning of the transaction, whether it can be added during a layaway payment, or whether we save it until the end. And that obviously has a lot of consequences or repercussions as it relates to reporting for layaways. And so that basically we just stopped speccing that so that we could get 3.0 out, but it will add it. If you just go ahead and post that you're interested in Bravo warranties, and then we'll reach out and we can review what package you're on and how that's going to work for your store. Okay, awesome. I am going to go ahead and end the poll and continue on. Kathleen will keep monitoring the chat and interrupting me if you guys have any questions. So the next thing that I want to go into is auto firearm fees.
So firearm fees are typically added in lots and lots of states based on whether you are incurring a cost or a charge for running something through NICS or your state police, state NICS, department or state background check. And so what ends up happening is on firearm sales, again, it's a miscellaneous service fee that a lot of our customers are adding to basically pass the cost of conducting that background check. And they're passing it on to their customers. And so again, we wanted to make this really easy and intuitive so that your employees aren't forgetting to add the firearms fee. If you're not adding a firearms fee, you may be able to add one. Again, it's a new revenue stream. The benefits, obviously less clicks, you're not having to find it within miscellaneous services and fees. And really, this was just driven off of customer suggestions. We're polling a lot of things within our Facebook group. If you're not a part of our Facebook group, search Bravo Chat for Pawnbrokers in Facebook and we'll add you in. Just make sure you include your 3-digit code. But that's where we basically gather the suggestions that everybody posts within Bravo suggestions. So up in the top right, you can always add suggestions. We take the top voted ones on from there, and then we put those ideas into surveys. So that's basically how we get the critical mass of people to vote on what's most important. Otherwise, you'll notice we just have a few votes in our customer suggestions. So this was something that we took from there, and then we polled it, and customers said, like, yes, this would be awesome. We would love the ability to automatically add a firearm fee. This feature is exclusive for E4473 users, so you have to have E4473 enabled to be able to set up this firearms fee. So now I am going to show you what that looks like. And again, I'm going to start in test just so I can show you the back end of this. Of course, our support team will help you add and modify whatever you need. So again, you're going to come into fee type, and this is going to be a firearm fee. It's a little bit more simple than the warranty. There's no, period terms or anything like that. You can just add it. So if it's a NICS fee, you'll go ahead and put that. A lot of people charge like $9.99 or $10 or $15 for that. So I'm just going to put $10 in. Again, you select whatever general ledger you want, whatever tax group you want. And again, same functionality here. You can either auto add it, or you can just default it if it's not auto added. So remember, when you scan it in, if it's not set up to auto add, it will have that little new button that says add firearm fee, and you can just click that and it will select the default. Or if you always want it to auto add, you can do that. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And now that's set up. You can have lots of different types of firearm fees, and you can select those by just clicking edit. So now we're going to search for a customer. And we're going to go ahead and scan a firearm. So now you'll see we have the firearm. There was actually a warranty added to this one. Lots of stores are starting to add firearm warranties. So that's going to be in here automatically. Again, if you want to delete it, you can delete it. If you want to change it to a firearm specific warranty, you can do that in here. If you want to delete it, of course, you can do that here. And then the firearm fee adds automatically. And if you wanted to edit the firearm fee, you can just come in here and set the selling price to different if you've decided on something different. Any employee with the ability to do transactions will be able to edit those firearm fees and the warranties if you have the permission to be able to set those up. So that's how that is working.
Hey, Tally, we have a question, and you're asking that if the customer doesn't pass the background check, are they still getting charged for the background check?
Yes. Okay. Yep. If you go through the E4473 process, which happens after this, then you can choose whether you want to refund that fee or not. And then was there a question, Kathleen, about pricing?
There was, yep. So if you could just explain warranties, is it included in Bravo Reporting Pro? Is it not? That'd be great.
Okay. So warranties, so we have different packages of Bravo. We have a Pro package, which is a grandfathered package that basically included future features. So if you were If you took advantage of that during the time that we offered it, then warranties is included in the Pro package. And you'd know that by looking at your invoice and it says Bravo Pro. If it says something different than that, then it's an add-on and it's $99 a month and you can trial it for 14 days. So that's warranties. For the firearms automated firearm fee, that's attached to E4473. So you have to have E4473 and it comes included. So this is an E4473 optimization. And again, we're doing 14-day trials of E4473 if you want to try out the automated firearm fee. So that's the scoop on both of those. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over to Kathleen and I'll take over the chat. So if you have other questions, go ahead and post them in there. If not, Kathleen, go ahead and take it away.
I will. Okay, Tally, did you want to launch the other poll or no?
Yeah, actually,
okay.
Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to be contacted about the firearm fees free trial, go ahead and let us know. Again, we don't want to reach out and bother you if you're not interested, but if you're here to learn about new products and you're interested in learning more, then go ahead and post it in here. So if you're in a state that's currently charging firearm fees, or if you're interested in creating a firearm fee for doing the background check, this would be a good place to try out this for free for 14 days.
All right, well, we can leave that up there, but I had mentioned that yesterday in the Facebook group, Tally had asked for customers to shoot a quick 30-second or minute-long video just saying, hey, what are some of your favorite features about Bravo? How has it helped you or helped your employees? What do your customers think? And we had 5 people very quickly send in their videos. They were so fantastic. We had so much fun watching the videos, and you know, it's very helpful for us. It's also really helpful for other pawnbrokers who are maybe considering switching platforms. We know that what you have to say as Bravo customers means more in many cases than what we have to say. So thank you so much. These were the 5 people who submitted videos to us. As I said, we had such a great time watching the videos. They were great. So we have a $500 Amazon gift card that we will be sending to the winner. And after launching our own poll and our own vote, the winner of the $500 is Billy Haywood at AOK Pawn. It was a fantastic video, very engaging. So thank you so much, Billy. We'll be in touch and we'll be getting you the $500 gift card. We decided that we know it takes time. All the videos were so great. So we actually are going to be giving $50 to you, Cora, if you're on the line, because you were the first person to submit. You got the ball rolling, which was fantastic. And we decided for everybody else who took the time to submit the video, we're going to be sending you $25 gift cards. We know your time's valuable and we appreciate you spending some of that on Bravo. So we want to say thank you. So thank you guys so much. You'll be seeing those on social and you'll be seeing them on our website and stuff. So just really awesome. We appreciate your time and your help. I think that's all we have today, right, Tally?
It is.
Yeah, so we'll stay on the line here if there's any other questions. There were a lot of great questions about 3.0. So we'll wait here. If there's any other questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. Otherwise, we are recording this. If you want the recording, we'd be happy to send that to you. Anything else you want to add, Tally, before we wrap?
I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that's here that took time out in the middle of your day. Again, this has been like definitely the most fun I've ever had doing a release. I've been so excited to sort of tease it and share it. And now it's about to go out into the world. And I hope that you all love it as much as we do here. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, of course, we want to hear it. We actually created a special Slack channel for customer feedback for our support people to drop in feedback about the new 3.0. So give us your feedback. We'd love to hear it. There's going to be a ton of training videos in the Solution Center. In fact, we've already started recording. We already have about 20 in there with the new user interface. So you can start checking those out. We also have already updated 60 articles with the new user interface. So we have thousands of articles. We basically started with the most commonly viewed ones and are moving our way down those. So yes, they will be updated. Warranties and firearm fees will have videos attached to those in the release notes. And we are just so excited that you all are excited and took some time out of your day to come see it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, Sally.
Bye, thanks.
Bye-bye.